Blazing It Radio, Larry Uliberry, Kathie J. Wiggins. It's Friday!
Friday, yay!
And we can talk about
Justice League
a little more.
Yes, because it opened last night at midnight.
Right, but it's wide release today. So Kathie and I are not trying to overblow it. So we're going to describe the movie in monotone.
Right.
Okay, well, someone texted about the monotone reviews yesterday. Loved it. This was yesterday or the other day when they texted in, but just loved it.
Yeah, the problem is if we come in here all, oh my God, it was so cool.
It's amazing.
Oh my God, it's so dope.
Thank God the characters in Flash and
Then people hear that and they're like, oh my God, their expectation goes way up.
Way up.
Right.
And then they go in and
they're
might
like,
not be
well,
there.
it wasn't all that.
Thanks a lot, Larry and Kathie.
Right.
So we're not going to do that.
Nope.
And we're going to talk about it like we did before.
Right, where we don't really care.
Right, we're going to be real calm about the storyline and how cool it was that you got to see where everybody came from.
I think it's pretty amazing that they went to their hometowns. I mean, it was very exciting to see the Amazonians and the underwater people.
What I didn't understand, Aquaman.
Aquaman and his villagers. That was really cool. That's where Amber Heard is. She's one of those people.
Right, and Aquaman, I wouldn't say he's like great or terrible. I would say he's right in the middle of the road.
I would say that he's amazing.
Yeah, he's awesome.
No, stop it. I would like to say that he's amazing, but there's another superhero that shows up in the movie, and we cannot name him because people are not saying whether he's in it or not.
Oh, you can't be saying. You can't.
Are you talking about?
Stop it, Larry. We cannot talk about it.
I cannot believe that you just said that.
I'm going to say who it is.
I have to say.
Come on, you know who it is.
But I wanted to be surprised.
Oh, Jesus.
Even though I
It's
knew.
the Wonder Twins.
Right. They show up with that monkey fleet.
Right. And then one of them's like, form of a bucket of water. And she's like, form of an eagle to carry the bucket of water.
And then what are you going to do? You're going to dump the bucket of water on the villain's head?
Right. And there went your buddy, your twin cousin.
You just wasted him
right.
all
He's
over.
dead.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah, I never understood that.
Right.
But
He's all, I'm still part of the bucket.
You know what's funny? I don't think there's any. I read ahead like spoilers for comics and stuff. Wonder Twins hasn't been mentioned as a character that's going to be coming back.
Hello, they wouldn't even bring Robin back because that made Batman look too gay.
Right. Well, now he has the Flash.
Exactly.
And that character is pretty amazing in the movie as well. He has a lot of funny jokes, and I think it's really good, his lines.
I was surprised that Batman didn't go up to Flash and say, I wore a similar outfit when I was Daredevil.
Yeah, totally right.
This might ruin your career, kid.
So we've heard from people that have said that they.
We've heard from
people.
Yes.
Because Chris Parente didn't really dig Justice League.
Yeah,
so
because he's
obviously to me he doesn't know enough about DC Comics.
Right, but I mean, like,
because I thought the movie played it right to exactly how I, as a fan, would have wanted.
Well, and I was nervous because the Avengers was so good. I was like, man, they could really drop the ball, especially because Batman versus Superman was kind of weird.
Yeah.
And so, I was just super glad that it's a great movie, and I'm super excited, but not too excited.
I think that I'm glad that there were two different directors. I think that's what made it good.
I didn't know there were two different directors. What, did somebody get sick halfway through?
No.
Where's the mono, Kathie? It's
sorry.
It's so early.
I'm sorry.
It just is very soothing.
So what it
Kathie's
was.
had mono 3 times.
Don't kiss that boy. People, if you want to make sure that my story is right, please tweet us or text in.
Why, are you making up stuff again?
No, I might be.
Sometimes, once in a while, when Kathie's blazed, she'll pull stuff right out of her butt and make us sniff it.
Or tired, Larry.
Oh, yeah.
So there were two different directors. One of them
She's all, is Asian, the other is black.
I like that even when he does Kathie's voice, he still remains in mono.
Exactly. I know how to sing character.
I'm a real girl. One of them, I believe, was part of the event. Now I'm getting all foggy in my head because I can't remember. But there were two different directors. One of them was part of, I think, the Avengers.
Okay.
And the other one, well, you can't quote me on anything now because I completely blacked out.
Kathie J's Facts are brought to you by The Green Solution.
Larry did that yesterday.
Right. But no, I had a thought just go away. I didn't start making up stuff.
No, I'm not making anything up. But I know that had a lot to do with the movie because there was a lot of good comedy and the angles, the CGI wasn't too much to me. Like, I thought that Superman versus Batman sucked because the CGI was stupid and that alien thing at the end was stupid.
Well,
this one was believable because it's a character that you're going to recognize from the comics.
All the movies are like CGI heavy now, so you just kind of your eyes used to it. It's like you go to Thor, you know you're going to go into big Thor land, and there's going to be like craziness. So it's just it comes down to like who can use it best.
Right.
And if you ask me, the guy who did the new Star Trek movies and who was responsible for Star Wars getting to Disney, I think his name is, what is that guy's name? I don't want to say the wrong.
J.J. Abrams?
Yes. And because he knows how to use the digital in the right way. You know what I mean?
Right.
In the perfect sense where, you know, even in his movies, it still is very largely digital.
Right. I totally agree.
Right.
Okay. One of them was, one of the guys was fired. One of the, Jack Snyder.
Did he touch somebody?
Okay. He was the visionary on a bunch of the DC things, stepped down because of a family tragedy. So that's bad. Okay. And then who stepped in was, who's with me?
Your butt.
Schneider.
No.
Schneider.
Madonna. Beyonce.
Joss Whedon.
Okay. So whoever, that's kind of crazy, like to have to pick up where somebody already left off.
Totally. Mm-hmm.
But they did it seamlessly because you can't really tell when you watch the movie, you know? It's just,
right.
It's so good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all right.
I mean, it's okay.
You be the judge.
I will say this. I was really excited and geeked out when Wonder Woman came on screen.
Yeah.
Because she's in the movie a lot.
And Kathy made a loud noise, and one of the nerds said, shh.
I know, that stupid nerd in front of me, living in his mother's basement. Sorry.
Living in his mother's basement.
This is Blazing Hit Radio.
We'll be back.
Go see Justice League.
Or not. Blazing Hit Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kathie J. Wiggins.
I really love the mono, dude. The mono is just
Blazing
like
Hit Radio.
Yeah.
Larry Ulibarri. We sound like NPR.
Yeah.
Well, let me do it. Ready? Please join us at the Green Solution in North Glen. It's the Mally location, or as some Chicano girls say, Mally. From 3 to 5. This is the last day of our food drive. So if you weren't able to come to any of the locations this week, this is your chance to come hang with us and bring non-perishables. It's for a good cause.
Yeah, plus you get to see the OG flagship store of the Green Solution.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And, you know, so this is where the whole dream started.
Yeah, for
That's
real.
where they planted the seed that grew into the empire.
Yeah. And then they became one with the #1 morning show.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, right. It worked. So if you bring 10 or more items, you get $10 off coupon for $15 or more of a purchase that you make at Green Solution.
Which is great. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So in other words, like you can keep that coupon and use it that day, or you can use it for later. But family is coming in from out of town. Yeah. You're going to need some herb.
You're going to need it.
Text food to 303-728-3420, our number that you can access in the app menu, and we'll give you a bounce back with Google Maps. And I guess it's our last day, so let's. This is it.
Yes, come on, bring it, everybody. We're almost there.
And here's the thing: if you're not going to be able to make it while we're there, go to any Green Solution and drop off some food, canned goods, non-perishables. It will get back to Food Bank of the Rockies. So we just really want to help and feed as many people as we can.
Absolutely. So, Justice League.
Yes.
So a lot of reviews are coming in, and they also don't like it.
Oh,
like
that's
Rotten
weird.
Tomatoes, it's not getting good.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes has been off. And do you think the reviews are accurate?
Yes.
You feel like it's
totally
a good
do.
reflection?
I don't even look at that.
I base what movie I'm going on. Like if I'm already iffy, if Rotten Tomatoes says meh, I don't go.
Okay, I kind of do that.
But
too.
Justice League, I'm a Justice League kid, so I've been dying to see the movie, and to me, it delivered.
Right, and I don't know why anybody wouldn't like it, but I mean, to each their own.
They're saying that it fails to deliver anything beyond the primal fun of smashing action figures together. I thought it was a lot more than that.
It was super cool.
I thought that I didn't have any problem with them introducing the characters.
Character development.
I thought it was all good.
Yeah.
And the way they got along with each other and they built the friendships, you could see it happening on screen. I thought they did a good job.
Sure.
So, but we say go see it and let us know what you think.
Right, or not.
Or not. I mean, if you'd like to hate it, fine.
Blazing It Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kathie J. and Wiggins.
So I'm not one that watches Wheel of Fortune, but I remember my grandmother. It was always Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy. They loved watching those shows, right? Well, Wednesday night a grandpa and his beautiful little granddaughter.
Grandpa.
No, not that kind of a grandpa.
You don't know. It could have been Grandpa.
You don't know.
And you're my granddaughter. Grandpa, the original toucher.
Yeah, right. You
Oh,
are.
yeah.
You're part of the old school, Sheldon.
Exactly. Where's the good old days when you can just grab the toe?
I'm so glad that's not possible.
The OG.
The camel toe.
Right, yeah. Okay.
The moose knuckle.
Yep, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Grandpa.
Oh, no problem,
No, not
Kathy.
you.
You
can-
look quite sexy
thank
today.
You, thank you.
I like watching you on that everyday
Thank
show.
you, Grandpa.
Oh, yeah, I put on the DVR, especially when you laugh because your boobies go bouncy, bouncy,
Okay,
bouncy.
Grandpa.
So then I rewind it and they put on slow motion, bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
Okay,
and
Grandpa.
right as I get to an excited part, there's
Yeah.
your big old gay friend. Ruins the whole thing.
Yeah, that's my thing. I like that. So Wednesday night on Wheel of Fortune, a grandpa and his cute little granddaughter, they were so close to winning $1 million. They made it to the bonus round, okay?
Well, I got the video right here.
Well, hang on.
Okay.
So grandpa is Frank.
Frank.
His
Hey,
granddaughter
Frank and Grandpa.
Yeah.
granddaughter is Laurel. They made it to the bonus round, and Frank had a pretty good chance going in. 5 of the 13 letters were revealed.
Okay, so he should have got it?
Category was food and drink.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
You can end up right there. Yeah, that's perfect. You two get nice and tight, work on this puzzle. You chose food and drink as your category. All right, RSTLNE. Let's see what happens.
So tell me what you guys think it is. Wig, Larry.
Food and drink.
Food and drink.
That's the only letters that are revealed?
3 more consonants, 1 more
Oh, okay.
vowel.
A C,
That's 1.
a D,
That's 2.
P,
What's that third one?
a P,
P. Okay, CDP, and now we need a vowel.
an O.
All right, let's see what we get here. Wow. Okay, audience, please. Nothing from you.
Macaroni.
Food and drink. You have 10 seconds to try to talk it out.
Macaroni. Fried macaroni.
Okay, what do you think, Larry?
Fried macaroni.
Shut up.
Why, I can't do the same thing?
Fried zucchini.
Uh-oh.
No, that's not correct, and we don't have to check the time because you are amazing.
Baked zucchini.
Baked zucchini. They had fried
that's right.
zucchini.
Now we don't want to see the million, but we did.
Oh, their envelope they picked was $1 million.
But they didn't get it.
They didn't get it.
And you could tell that they eat fried zucchini,
Yeah,
not
right.
baked.
That's why immediately both of them went fried.
Right,
First
because
word
they're
is
chubby.
fried.
Right,
Yeah.
they're all, who would eat baked
They have
zucchini?
Like baked zucchini wasn't even in their vocabulary.
Oh,
Right.
man.
So they walked away with $26,000 instead of $1 million.
Grandpa and Frank. Womp, womp.
Pat Sajak, he hosted he was like right wing, isn't he? Didn't he host some show on Fox News for a while? He hosted
No, I
his
don't
own
think so.
his own news network show, and it didn't last very long.
For real?
Yeah, he had it for like literally 2 years ago, maybe. Yeah, and I thought it
What?
was so weird. Yeah, he had his own, and he definitely had like a political point of view on it. I was just like,
Pat Sajak? I thought
Yeah.
he's done a good job of staying out of all that.
Now Wiggins is pulling stuff out of Kathy's butt.
Hey, there's a lot of room in there. I'm telling you right now.
I'm going
That's
to
a-
see what's in there.
That's a big butt.
I want something.
Right. If you find a babysitter in there, let me know.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm gonna find it.
Yeah,
All right, I'm not pulling
okay.
that out of my butt. I
Hey,
swear.
you know what? Kathy and Wiggins are the reason we had to hire fact checkers.
Yeah.
And they haven't showed up for work yet.
Thank God, because they were going to be blowing our budget.
It's like on Fox, on SNL when they do Fox News.
Right.
They're all, our fact checkers went through some things, and here they are. And
Every
it's a scroll 10 feet long.
It's so long. So since it's morning, and we what do we always talk about every
Food.
morning? Where do
'Cause
we
we're
gonna-
hungry.
Right. What are we having for breakfast?
Our choices are very limited. We have only two places to choose from:
Yeah.
Conoco or Shell.
Right.
And there's
Which was our problem in every single radio station we were at. We could only go to the gas station.
I'm not eating a triangle sandwich.
Although sometimes I crave those things, and they come across. I think the white trash in me is like,
Right.
remember, Kathy, when we did construction, and you'd walk in all tired and get yourself a soda and one of the
Triangle sandwiches.
Let's
Remember
do
how
it.
that
Let's
egg
do
salad
it.
put you in the hospital? for food poisoning.
Right.
You got that 7-Eleven.
You sued those people.
Right. You got that pickle and that juice, and it lasted for like a year.
Ew, pickle juice. So what
Some
are we
people,
eating?
you can have cans of pickle juice.
Oh, no. They make all kinds of pickle flavor. There's a new trend going around. It's pickle cupcakes. And
Okay,
it's
I don't want that.
I don't think I
want
could.
Well, I didn't say to eat it, but it's a trend. And then the frosting's made with pickle juice, and then they put a little pickle on top.
I know people that would totally go for that.
Right.
They just live for it.
I love to drink the pickle juice.
See, you're the guy.
Yeah,
You'd
but I
probably
don't think I would don't know if
you'd
I could do
probably
a
like
cupcake.
the
That
That's when
sounded
I was a kid.
so gay. That's the gayest thing you've ever said. I used to like to drink the pickle juice with my friend
Gross,
Zach.
I'm a girl and I don't even
Right.
like doing that.
Whatever, dude.
So salty.
Okay, so
I'm not gay.
a new study came out. We know you're
Thou
married.
protest too loud.
Doesn't he? Wow.
Oh, I know. It's
What's
kind
his
of an
problem?
issue.
We should follow him this weekend, see where he goes.
I'm gonna go get
Your
me some
wife's-
pickle juice.
Your wife's out of town. Yeah, see, he just admitted to it. He's going to get pickle juice. It tracks.
Hey, you can
I
shake
didn't
it.
say
You can-
track.
I said the Wrangler.
So there's a new thing that came out of research, and they said that actually we're having chocolate for breakfast. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Like it's
You
good
guys
for you?
can back me up at any time.
Oh, no. I like the solo clap. It's my favorite thing about you.
Okay, I'm sorry
I
to
hate
say this,
you
Kathy,
both. What?
but literally, I was watching the Everyday Show the other day, and you did the solo clap.
I totally
and
did.
Chris just looked at you, and he's like, "Really? You gonna be the only one clapping, or something,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that?"
It happens, okay, Wiggins, and I'm confident in my solo clap.
And here's the thing. This is why Kathy never lets Chris and I hang out, Parenti.
Parenti, you guys
Because we
would
could go on for hours.
would
And don't you
destroy me.
hate when she does this?
I don't want to
And
hear
when-
it. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, no.
Is that why we don't? Because he was gonna come on here and be like featured on
Oh,
the
no.
show.
I'm writing him and I a Christmas song because we did one a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Right.
Oh.
So Chris and I will have a new Christmas song.
What was it? It's
It's
the most
wonderful time to be queer.
Oh, queer. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
See, I can't say that word.
You can
All
say
I just
queer.
remember you saying big dongs.
Big dogs with the da 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 da. And you
I
can
don't
say
think
queer.
I can say queer.
Yeah.
No, I think that's
You've kissed a girl. You're okay. You're in.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah.
Yeah, that gets you in.
Okay.
You're friends with the gays. You are. You are my. That's like when a black person gives their friend a pass and says, "Oh, you can say the N word."
Right, and you shouldn't be.
I didn't give you a pass. You can say queer. You just can't say fag.
See,
Oh, here it is. This totally takes me to holiday
okay,
times.
let's listen.
It's the most wonderful time to be queer. With gay marriage passing and male twerk dancing, everyone please cheer. It's the most wonderful time to be queer.
Chris Parente, everyone.
It's the happiest season of all. With those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings and trips to the mall. It's the gayest season of all.
There'll be drinks at the compound, then we're off to Boys Town and Lanny's Clock Tower show.
There'll be scary stories and big holes of glory and hopefully lots of snow.
It's the most wonderful time to be queer. There'll be much mistletoeing, but no camel towing. Grinder says you're near. It's the most wonderful time to be queer. And this is where we dance.
Oh, yeah.
Musical interlude.
So cute.
We have an NFL player, a Navy SEAL slayer, and that's just to start. We've got Wentworth Miller, Jim Parsons, and Sam Smith ruling the charts. It's the most wonderful time to be queer. With the gay marriage passing and male twerk dancing, everyone please cheer. It's the most wonderful time.
What is it?
It's the most wonderful time.
I can't
One more
hear
time.
you.
It's the most wonderful time to be queer.
Yeah.
You should have seen Wiggins dancing. Hey, there's that solo clap.
I thought it was really good.
You can text us anytime at the YOLO Rum text line 303-728-3420. Somebody just text, you guys are so hilarious, but you never told me why I should eat chocolate for breakfast.
No, we didn't. Sorry about that.
I got too
We got
into
caught
the
up.
song.
We got caught up with
Solo
the
clapping.
I mean, that was a great
Right.
song. I mean, I can't wait to. Which can you give us a hint as to what song you're doing?
I'm
for
not
this
giving
year?
any hints.
Hey,
But it will be another gay duet.
for the record, Pat Sajak did have his own show. It was called Pat Sajak Weekend, and it was in 2003.
Now, please put that back in Kathy's butt.
Whoop, thank you.
Ooh, so
Okay.
cold.
If it's a fact, it doesn't belong in my butt, Larry.
Oh, that's right.
Get it out.
Yeah.
So, back to this study.
Chocolate. Yeah, why?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Eating chocolate for breakfast is good for your health. How? Well, the dark chocolate consumption is linked to memory and focus when consumed in the early hours. There was a study that recently came out from Syracuse retouting the benefits of dark chocolate. So this is dark chocolate, everybody, not milk chocolate.
I know, but you know, the thing is, dark chocolate is amazing because for the longest time, I would not go there because I thought, well, no, I really like milk. But the more you eat dark, the more you want to go dark.
That's what Kathy said.
In the research, 200 non-diabetic obese adults were randomly assigned one of these two diets, okay?
They're all right, get over here, fatties. We got to
Come on,
study.
chubbies.
Right, you said we want free chocolate.
They had the same number of calories, but differed in the composition of what their breakfast was, okay? So, while both groups lost an average of 33 pounds per person over 4 months, that's pretty amazing.
That's good.
Those who ate a 600-calorie breakfast that included a small little chocolate sweet, they were the ones that kept the 33 pounds of weight off.
Because they got that little treat, and then they weren't like if you don't get it, then you're thinking about it. Like, I need something sweet. And then you probably go overboard.
Yeah, that, and they say that it's the way to start your day because chocolate really helps you with abstract reasoning, memory, focus. And so if you incorporate that into your breakfast, then it'll stay with you and make it more substantial through the day, and you won't be snacking as much. Isn't that crazy?
So you better leave that article out. So if
My
Mr.
husband?
Efficient comes home and you're with a black guy, you're like, this is for my health.
Look, it says right here, memory. I got to be with this guy to help me.
Yeah, but I would definitely eat chocolate for breakfast. I mean, I have no problem with that.
I have. I mean,
This is
I mean, we're.
You know what? I actually have
we were
some
ahead
upstairs.
of this trend.
I actually have some dark chocolate upstairs. There's a dark Milky Way upstairs.
No, I think-
what's his name?
I think I ate that.
Oh, is it not up there?
No, I think I ate it.
You know, I ate so many peanuts the other day, and I
Okay,
tend to,
I don't want to know where this is going
tend
to
to
go.
swallow some of them whole.
Uh-huh.
I ate so many peanuts that when I went to the bathroom, it looked like a payday bar.
Yep, I knew that's where it
Is
was
that a
going.
true
I
story?
knew that's
No.
where it was going.
You know what? You say that, but part of me believes it the way you've been eating the corn nuts around here. Be like,
Yeah,
where
right.
have these been all my life?
I mean,
I
yeah,
do love them. I don't know how I missed these.
You're on this corn nut trip.
Well, the thing is, when you go plant-based,
Yeah.
you literally have to find plant stuff to eat. Because you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
it's like, you can't go have beef jerky and you're like, corn nuts. This is corn, right?
right, this
I
right.
can eat it.
Yeah, corn nuts. I always just remember them. Sunday football. My dad was always eating corn nuts when the Broncos were playing. So
Yeah,
when
they're-
I have corn nuts or they're around me, I smell them. I think of football.
Your dad.
Football.
You know what's funny is they have Cool Ranch corn nuts,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like mostly the Cool Ranch stuff that's on it, and the corn nuts just the thing that gets the Cool Ranch in my mouth.
So do what I do when I have like a chocolate covered raisin. You suck the chocolate up and you
spit the raisin
right.
out.
What do you? I mean, why don't you just suck off the ranch and spit the corn nut out?
I always thought those were mouse turds that Kathy was leaving behind. I was like, why are there mice here? They're old raisins.
No, it's just a fact.
Yeah,
It's
right.
just a little tiny fact.
So speaking of sports, you want to do Larry or football? You want to do Larry Ulibarri on sports?
Duh, I live, I eat, I
Right.
breathe football.
I mean, it is Friday. The big game is Sunday.
Duh, well, I wouldn't really call it the big game.
Right.
It's time for
Larry Ulibarri on sports.
All right.
You're right. It's just a game that we're all praying we don't get run over on.
Well, we don't even need to talk about this.
No.
We do. I want to know what Larry, what kind of changes did they make this week?
Okay.
No, here's what you're going to like.
Okay.
This is what I think we should
Tell
do.
me.
We should go out there and really blow it on purpose.
Okay.
Like fumble
More
on
than we
purpose.
have?
Right, on
Okay.
purpose, and just do a terrible job because the worse we do, the better draft picks we're going to get.
Oh, I see what you're
Right.
doing. You're trying to sabotage.
Right, and so-
we will
Sabotage!
Have, so we will have
A better-
a leg up
Yeah.
next season.
Ugh, yes, or both legs up. If we're lucky.
Are you doing a visual of Tim Tebow right now?
Oh my God! Don't bring that up. That's hardcore for me. Google Tim Tebow jockstrap.
No,
Yeah,
you're not
some-
doing that every
Image
time.
search.
You've been trying to say that forever. I've never once Googled
Yeah.
it because there's no want to Google it. And don't you even try it right now.
Text us if
I
you've
need
ever
you to tell
Googled
me.
it.
Listen,
Just tell me what's
this
going
is
on
my
with sports.
feature.
Okay.
This is my feature.
All right.
So if I want to talk about Tim Tebow and his jockstrap, then that's what we're going to talk about.
Can you give us a little bit of insight for the Bronco game in addition to the jockstrap?
Yeah, we're going to lose.
What if?
There you go. We're going to lose.
We're gonna lose. Here's Tim Tebow.
What
Right.
if you talked about it in a monotone voice?
If the jockstrap?
About the jockstrap,
So I didn't seem
yeah.
partial?
Yeah, okay,
that's
that might
fine.
be. Okay, that's a good
All
one,
right.
Wiggins. This is how we can reel him in.
All right. This is a picture of Tim Tebow as a Bronco.
Uh-huh.
And if you look close and you zoom in, those pants are actually see-through, the football pants.
The white pants.
His
Yeah.
voice got excited.
Wait,
He got a
wait,
little
wait,
excited.
listen.
Yeah, you-
They were actually see-through.
Listen. I love whoever works at the NFL because there's definitely somebody that's looking out for me.
Okay.
Because they're like, there's no reason these pants should be see-through, but somebody still clearly is looking out. And then if you look close, his jockstrap is actually black, so you can really see it. You can see where the straps are and that his butt is exposed.
Okay.
All right. Okay. That's enough.
Yeah.
So wait a
That's
minute.
enough.
Okay,
Enough.
yeah.
And then here,
All
look
right.
at this one.
All right.
So this is his football pants are like really
All
wet,
right. Okay.
and so you can see the jockstrap.
Never,
All right.
you never see a brother
All right.
in the
Larry on
jockstrap.
sports.
Oh, no,
He's
the
got on
brothers
his
wear 'em.
compression shorts.
No, the brothers wear them.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, it's kind of it's a cool thing, and I love Tim Tebow.
It's
Okay,
a cool thing.
okay.
It's a cool thing.
It's a cool thing, and that's Larry Ulibarri on sports.
Yeah, and look, he's actually hugging his coach, like, "Hey, what's up, coach?"
Yeah,
He's
all
like,
right.
"I like your
Okay.
jockstrap."
Enough about
Okay.
Tim Tebow.
Are we ready to
Okay,
talk
now
about
we're
the
gonna talk.
Broncos?
No, I said they're gonna lose. And then we're gonna talk about
Oh, man, this
basketball.
hurts. All right, good. Okay, well, what do you got for basketball?
I don't know. I'm not very good at it. Like when we were in school and they had to like make you do a layup.
Yeah, I'm
and
not
they're
good
like,
at it.
right. And
Right.
I was like, I could not
could
get
barely,
the layup.
I could barely dribble.
It was the rhythm of the layup. And like I even saw nerdy guys that were doing the layup. And I
Right,
was
because
like,
it was like 1, 2, 3, and then your
up
leg had to
in
go
your-
up. Right.
Right. And you have to do it at the right time. And I really blame the fact that I was, kept from sports and hanging with kids on the block. So I never learned how to play basketball.
You didn't get to hang with new kids on the block?
How dare you date me?
Okay, so basketball, what's happening?
I don't know. It's crazy. They run up and down, and you don't even know what's happening.
You're the one that brought
They
it
go
up.
up that way, and then they
Oh
go
my
down,
God.
and then it happens so fast, and you're like, "Did we just win?"
Larry!
And then they go, and that's Larry Ulibarri on sports. Blazing It Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kathie J, and Wiggins.
So it's Friday.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to be going out probably this
Hell
weekend,
yeah.
right? I mean, like,
You know me. You know me.
Hell yeah.
I the other day, I went on Facebook and I was like, "Oh my God, it is 5 p.m. Good night." Because that's what 5 p.m. feels like now. Like 6
'Cause
p.m.
it's
is
dark.
midnight.
Right.
Right. And like there were so many people that responded. They were like, "Yeah, I looked at the clock expecting to see 8:30.
Yes.
And it said 6.
Right, it's so sad. So if you are going out this weekend, just know that it is on purpose when the bars turn the music up real loud.
Why? Because some of the DJs farting?
No. Everybody farts in the club. Are you kidding me? You'll just be hanging out and all of a sudden
Oh,
you're
right.
like, oh, what the hell is that?
We call that crop dusting.
Right, you don't know who did it. They just released it and walked on
Right,
by. That's
exactly.
crop dusting,
You just-
totally.
And you have the tendency to blame the person that's next to you that looks ugliest.
Right.
You're a she did it. Yeah, she definitely did it.
She didn't do it. You did it.
I know, but everybody thinks she did it.
Yeah,
I
you
love the
definitely
fact,
did it.
I love the fact that Larry right now is totally
Dancing.
dancing.
I'm in the club. Yeah, enjoy that.
Is this your white guy dance?
I left
What is
something in the DJ booth for you.
What is this?
I don't know. I'm rock
it's
dancing. You don't really rock dance.
It's
I don't
like
remember.
You're pumping fists all night. What the hell are you doing?
I don't know. I'm white guy dancing.
Yeah, you
Biting my
are.
top lip.
Okay, so researchers went to bars, and when the music was played really loud, they had the most sales in alcohol.
Because everybody's like, this is killing me. I have to numb my senses.
No, the
everybody's
music,
into it.
The average person took 14 and a half minutes to drink a beer when the music wasn't loud, 11 minutes when it's louder.
Right, because you think you're in a music video.
It's
and you're like, yeah, I'm that lead singer.
No, no. It's the stimulation, the adrenaline
Right.
of the music.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, right. It actually affects us and makes us want to drink more.
Right, they say like a good DJ can actually sell like more liquor and
Yep.
keep the dance floor full.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right. That's why, DJs can get paid good.
Right, and
Although
that's
we know
why-
some DJs and they're like, it doesn't pay.
Well, no, for sure. And that's like some people are like, I'm going to hire a DJ and they think it's going to be like, super cheap. And you're like, no.
The other reason, turn up the music one more time.
Oh, okay.
The other reason that places sell more alcohol is because of this. Turn up real loud. So where are you going to go? So how you been?
Good. How are you?
Everything's fine.
Oh, man,
I
this
love
is
that shoes.
awesome.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to go get you a beer, but I got to
What?
stand in this long line. What do you want to drink?
Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay, you have to go poo-poo?
No.
You have to, Kathy's got to go poo-poo. What do you want me to get you to drink?
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Does loud music make you go poo-poo?
She
Is
said
it like a bran muffin?
Yeah.
Or does it vibrate your innards so then you have to go
That's
poo-poo?
really gross.
Just get me a drink.
Fine, I'll get you some prune juice. I'll be right back.
I want a margarita.
Do you make margaritas with prune juice?
Okay, so more or less, you can't talk. So what do? You
Drink, right.
So so it totally makes sense.
Yeah, we
They've
used to do that all the
got
time.
you.
Remember, there was a time where I was like, why am I going out? Because going out is a series of, yeah, let's go stand over here. And then we all go stand over there, and then everybody hangs
What?
out.
Yeah.
We should go walk over that side.
Then you go walk,
then you walk over that
there,
side.
Right.
Yeah, do you want something? I'm going to go to the bathroom. Oh, Kathy's got to poop again.
Okay, stop. Kathy has never pooped in a club.
Oh, yes,
I
who
haven't.
would?
I haven't.
I know. How would you?
She keeps pooping these little raisins out.
Shut
Out
up.
raisins. Little
Shut
trail.
up. Both of you shut up.
Little rabbit turds.
Okay, shut up. But yeah, that's exactly why.
All right. See you at
Again,
the club.
Kathie J has never pooped in a club.
Yes, she hovered over the toilet seat.
Yeah, no, I haven't. No.
You know, Kathy's all, I'm smart enough to ask where the manager poops.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, can I do the
Where's
private
the
bathroom?
special private bathroom?
Right.
Again, I just, go home or something. Thank you.
Blazing It Radio, I'm Larry Ulibarri.
I'm Kathie J.
Wiggins.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy
Yeah.
Friday. Is it Black Friday?
No, next Friday's Black Friday, a week from today. Isn't that
so I
crazy?
guess we'll cover for you on that day.
Why?
Because Darrell and Deshaun. Kathy's actually been hanging out with Darrell Jackson of the Broncos. That's right, girl.
Hi, Darrell.
Darrell Jackson of the Denver Broncos.
God, your voice is so sexy.
Kathy, your voice is sexy.
Now stop it. No, your voice is sexy.
I watch you every day on the Everyday Show,
I
girl.
know. I get your tweets. Yeah.
Let me sing to you, girl.
Okay, no. Okay, do it.
You'll never find
Yeah.
a schlong like mine.
No, I won't. No, not at all,
Someone
Darrell.
who loves you
Totally.
the way that I do.
You do, Daddy. Yeah, you do. Okay, enough of that. So Black Friday, the real Black Friday, is happening. You're going to leave the music on?
Yeah, for sure.
Couldn't my Black Friday be more like some old school rap or something?
Oh, yeah. She's like, can I get some Red Man or meth?
Do I have to go with the song with the guys that wear tassels on their shoes?
Yeah, because you love a man in a purple suit. You always have said that.
Always.
I love a man when he has
Always.
purple pants, a purple jacket, a purple belt.
I was talking about
purple
Prince.
Shirt,
I
a
liked
purple
Prince.
tie, a purple shoes. That
And
I do.
Don't forget the matching purple hat, Larry. The
Right.
fedora.
And
Okay.
like if you open up the right black guy's closet, it looks like Skittles.
Okay. Because of all the
Rainbow.
all the colors.
Right, you're green, yellow, red,
We
purple.
actually, who was it that used to have We do know somebody, and he'd always show up in a
Oh
different
yeah,
color
he was
suit.
the blacktivist.
He
was a movie reviewer.
Alberta Simmons.
Right. He was a movie reviewer.
We haven't. Oh no.
Oh,
That was Reggie.
Oh, Reggie.
Reggie was the movie
He
reviewer.
passed, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, passed
he
away.
passed
He was
on.
really super cool, though.
He totally was super
Hey,
cool.
he put Harold Pinnards on the map.
He sure did. That's right.
What-
Okay.
I got Usher's Burn. I could do that. I don't know if that'll work.
No, that's only when we're talking about STDs.
So Black Friday is next Friday, and there are some things that have just come out like this. The first person, it's a week away. The first person's already lined up for Black Friday. They started 4 days ago on Monday night.
Where at?
Down in Texas.
So they're waiting in front of a store already?
Already, yes.
Well, what's the deal? It's probably like you could have a 48-inch flat screen for $10.
No, it's a TV for $350.
How big is it?
And you also get a Blu-ray of Moana for $8.
Well,
I don't know,
everybody
it's
already has Moana.
It's the Best Buy in Laredo, Texas.
Oh, you think this is the Best Buy?
It's the
But
Best Buy.
He put his tent up last couple days ago. He's the first
because
person
of
in the
Viagra.
country to start lining up. A news reporter went to interview him, and he didn't want to be on camera or give his name, obviously, because he has no job because he was sitting in a tent for 2 weeks. But anyways, he's self-aware enough to know that what he's doing is kind of stupid, but he's hoping to buy that TV, $350. His broke in the summertime, and he's dying to get a new TV.
Well, and then as the days get closer, there'll be more people next to him.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it'll be like huge thing, and then it'll be on the news where everybody's like clawing all over each other and standing on trampling people.
Right. You know what I think is so sad is when somebody has been standing in line since the
And they
beginning.
get shoved aside.
No, and then all of a sudden the store comes out and goes, "Okay, everybody, we're going to give you a number, and then we're going to do a raffle."
You know, but I lived here. I pooped by that bush.
Yeah.
My kids hate me.
Another thing is, have you ever been tricked into paying more for something on Black Friday?
Like, in other
'Cause
words, you thought it was going to be less because
Yeah,
it's Black Friday, but
totally.
then 2 weeks later, it's less.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening. That's why I love my husband, Mr. Efficient.
He's the bargain hunter.
He
knows
knows.
the promo code. You know, when you buy something on a website and it's like, enter this code for a discount. He knows the code.
Yeah, he really does, and he also knows that he's done enough research on the product to know the best place to get the best price for it,
Right.
as well as if this is really a discount.
Right.
You know,
What I do is every Christmas I hand Mr. Efficient $100 and go, surprise me.
you know where he goes, and I don't know if I want to tell everybody, but there's never anyone there.
Sears.
No, no.
Kmart.
He goes to Lowe's and Home Depot, and he can clean up because they have like those.
He's a maintenance guy there?
No, like
That's how he has all that extra money.
It's
Yeah,
such an
right.
efficient clean job, too.
like wine fridges and
Oh,
stuff.
right.
They'll have like crazy deals on those, like the outdoor huge lamps that heat you.
Right. He's
We
like, I got this for $2.
Yeah, we got one for I think it was $30.
Wow.
So
he knows when it's on
Right.
sale and when it's.
He knows. So,
Right.
but according to a new survey, 81% of us get
Jerked
tricked,
off.
Tricked.
I mean, no, that's
Get
a bad
jerked off.
Yeah,
we get
right.
jerked. No, because
Off.
Yeah, because that would be a good thing if we did.
Yeah,
Like,
I was
you'd be like, that's the best sale I ever went to.
I love Black Friday.
Yeah,
Right, but jerked. We get jerked around.
Give it to me.
We get screwed.
Wait,
Now that sounds good too.
my husband goes to Home Depot and gets jerked off.
Then
That's
he,
a bad.
then he cleans the
bad-
floor right
and then he
afterwards.
Cleans up.
yeah.
Okay, 81% of people have been lured into a store on Black Friday by one of the crazy deals they advertise, only to wound up paying more than they planned. 40% say they bought something on Black Friday, saw it on sale for a lower price shortly after, right before Christmas.
That sucks.
It totally sucks. So don't be duped out there, everybody.
Don't be duped or dope.
Don't get jerked off.
Or do.
Almost Thanksgiving, time for turkey and stuffing. If you're cooking, then I'm cleaning, giving thankful, a new meaning. I'm a glutton on some gluten, have to undo my pants button. I'm so full of food and regret, now it's a race to the toilet. Thunder, from down under. I need me a plumber, cause of thunder, and I wonder, where's the plunger? Got my thunder. It ain't over, time for round two, so move over, as I'm about to. Pumpkin pie, I'm gonna mount you, then I'll drown you in and some milk too. I'm a glutton on some gluten. Have to undo my pants button. I'm so full of food and regret. Now it's all race to the toilet. Thunder from down under. I need me a plumber, 'cause of thunder, and I wonder, where's the plunger? Got my thunder.
You know you did Thanksgiving right when you have to use Bounty as toilet paper.
Yeah, okay. You said that last
Yeah.
time, too.
Stop clogging
saying
your
that.
toilets.
Oh, my God.
Bounty. Ouchie.
Hey, so the show on Blazing Hit Radio replays all day long. You can hear the on demand too as well, and the
Right.
podcast. But the show goes after
Right, you
we're
could be
done.
listening to this at 9 p.m. at night.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I do. Like I'll
Yeah.
catch it whenever I can.
So, and yesterday we were actually talking about the fight that happened at the Denver East where the girl was getting bullied, and so much so that she's not even going to school because she's worried for her life.
Right. And
they don't go to Denver East. They go to a contemporary. I mean,
Oh,
you said
okay.
The name was in the.
Okay. So they don't go to Denver. My bad, Denver East. Sorry.
No,
Right.
no, it's somewhere over there though.
Okay,
It's-
okay.
I don't know what they called it. It's like the contemporary something school.
Well, and then I saw the mom on Facebook. She follows me on Facebook, and she posted the video that's not blurred out. And she was saying that it was a setup and that they knew right away because when the daughter walked to the bus stop, people whipped out their phones and started taping, like
Yeah,
something
right.
was going down.
Right,
and
right.
then clearly something went down.
Right. And she said it's the same 4 girls that she's been having problems with. It was just the whole reason she posted this is because the school wasn't doing anything to help her with this problem that her daughter was having with these 4 particular girls.
Right. And now look what happened.
Yeah. Now look at it.
Well, and then it looked like when you looked at that fight, it looked like way more than 4 girls getting involved in that. You know what I mean? So it looked like there was like 3 or 4 fights going on.
Yeah, right. And so that was a little weird, the one that branched off.
Or
But
the
you
one
know,
girl,
you
like-
start hitting and you don't know who you're hitting, and then all of a sudden that person's like, why are you hitting me? Let me hit you.
I hated that girl there's 2 girls fighting, and that's bad enough that they're entangled in each other.
Yes.
But that one girl that's just standing there just started punching that
Yeah.
other
Came
girl.
up at the end.
Right. And it's
Right.
like, man, she's already in a battle, and now you're just going to go take advantage.
See,
And-
that's a coward.
Yeah,
that's
totally.
somebody that's just a coward. If
Right.
you don't know how to fight one-on-one, you can't let other people fight one-on-one, then you are a loser. I'm
Well,
sorry.
And they're dumb, too, because it's like with that many phones filming, you don't
Yeah.
think you're going to be identified
No,
later?
they think that they're going to make them look cool.
Right.
Like they don't have
They
anything
don't have
else
that.
in their life.
They don't have
but-
that thought process.
No, yeah,
They're
like,
not adults
They
enough.
are. They're bringing 2 of them up on actual
Right.
like felony charges, from what I heard last.
Right. I watched the whole thing from the tattered cover bookstore.
Some people actually, this person says 6 blocks from my house is where that happened.
Wow.
Kids are out of control.
No, and it gets pretty crowded in that area when you're driving through when kids get out of school.
Oh, yeah,
It's
it
like you
does.
got to drive extra slow because
You do.
it's insane.
There's a lot of kids.
Right.
This one, I've learned high schools in Denver and Aurora, they don't care about their students. I switched schools halfway through junior year because these 2 girls tortured me. They followed me around school. They always called me names. They even started rumors. And eventually everybody hated me and they were so cruel to me and I had to leave. The school basically figured that if everyone hated me, it must have been my fault.
Wow.
So when my mom went to the school administration and talked to them about it, they basically said it was our problem, not theirs.
Wow.
So they started believing all the rumors that these bullies were spreading about him or
Right.
something.
You never know.
It's ridiculous. And it's like, do you not want to deal with the problem? Address the problem.
Right, you kind of have to stand up to bullies right away so it doesn't go that crazy. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because the sooner you stand up to them, for the most part, they're going to at least, back down or maybe respect you a little more, and then it won't get like to where the whole school hates
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So this is crazy. Well,
There's
Texas,
another one.
Oh, there's another one?
Sorry,
Okay,
right.
go for it.
Okay. It's so sad. My sister right now is actually considering homeschooling my 14-year-old nephew. He had always struggled in the school atmosphere, but as of late, he's getting bullied. He's himself. People don't like that. He does what he wants. He wears his hair the way he wants. And as of late, he's told us that he's bisexual. Kids at school have picked up things and they taunt him. They pick on him because he's shy and awkward. The color, he dyes his hair. And get this, because of his artistic ability, he paints, he makes costumes, any of that kind of stuff. He's so talented and he loves doing it. It breaks my heart that he has to go through this and to protect the hell out of him. Why can't people just accept others for who they are? Being different is what makes the world worth living in.
Right. And it's sad because he will be the one that's successful because he is creative.
Yes.
And sometimes the stuff that you go through at this age helps you form a thicker skin that you're going to need later.
Yeah.
And so it's like maybe it seems terrible now, but, you know, it's like there's plenty of successful people that were bullied.
Right.
And
I was bullied.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
bad. I was bullied by girls and boys.
Right.
You know? And
I was Larry Uliferi. We all got
That's
bullied
not
except
fun.
Wiggins. Wiggins clearly was the popular man on campus, dishing out all the hate.
No, I was
You
just,
know why?
I was just negotiating the fights between people.
Hey, man, you got
Like,
this.
Yeah, you got
You know
this.
why? It's because Wiggins was so little, they all thought he was a special kid that was there
Oh,
in their
right.
classes.
Yes, what
They're all-
You can't beat up the special kid.
No.
Right. They thought he was like 5 classes back, but
Yes.
he was super smart.
Right.
So they're like,
I
oh, don't
did
hurt
that
him.
in college.
No, you didn't.
I would play that as a joke because I looked so young
Yeah,
in
you
college.
really-
People were like,
yeah.
you're young. I was like, I'm actually 13. I'm a genius. This is, and so I would just totally play that off.
You
but then,
gotta-
but
To the
then,
point where
no,
one-
I wouldn't get laid because of
Yeah,
it. Because
Right.
so I was like, I
I'm not
can't do
sleeping
this
with a
anymore.
13-year-old.
Y'all, this is not working. And it'll the one time it worked in his favor was didn't one of the teachers try to ask you out?
No, all the film students went to lunch dinner with him, Larry. No one asked you out.
I know, but I mean,
I
you.
went to dinner with my film
Yeah.
student teacher, too.
Yeah, but I'm saying the guy had intentions on you.
No.
You said, you're
Did
the
he?
one who told me that
No,
he
you
did.
just always assume
Oh
that.
my God! He
Wait,
said
what
that
is
you
he-
said there was
No,
a weirdo teacher that took everybody to dinner.
He was the guy who taught the South Park creators.
Oh.
And so even in one of the classes, he was like, when they were on Regis and Kathy Lee, they had me sit in the audience and I got to be on TV. And so he made us in the class watch him get on TV for like 2 seconds to be like, there I am, I'm on TV.
So it's his
Yeah.
claim to
That's his
fame,
claim to
Wiggins.
fame. No, I'm not
I went to
hating.
school with Mike Judge's dad. He was a professor, Professor
that's
Judge.
cool.
Yeah, so he
Professor
had, and you
Judge.
know, and he was like one of the smartest professors down there in Durango at Fort Lewis, and he would always just be like, "Here I am teaching all of this, and my son is
the
making
millionaire.
is
Yeah.
making millions of
On
dollars
Beavis and Butthead.
off of Beavis and Butthead." It
Right, he's
drove
all,
him-
I'm the
It
idiot.
drove him crazy.
Right, he's all,
Yeah.
you know, my son didn't graduate college,
man.
right?
Right, exactly.
Did you know
He
Chef
must be so
Chef
proud.
is real? Did you know Chef
Yeah.
is real? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a real person in Boulder, and he like worked up there when I was up there.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And
Wait,
the actor who did Chef,
Isaac Hayes.
right, he like dipped out because they were making fun of Scientologists.
Scientology, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And he's a
And-
Scientologist.
Well, you should have stuck around for that paycheck.
Suck on my chocolate salted balls.
Totally.
Stick them in your mouth and suck them. Blazing It Radio, Larry Ulberry, Kathy J, and Wiggins. Want to
Yes.
thank everybody that came to the Green Solution on Federal yesterday.
Federal in 66.
We had so many people come by. We raised a ton of food, and we want to thank you and remind you that we're going to be in North Glen today from 3 to 5 at the Maui location.
112th in Washington. It's super easy to get to. It's their flagship store, and it's you
Yeah.
know it if you live in that area,
Yeah.
you know where it is.
Come hang out, bring some food, feed some people that are in need.
Yep.
Absolutely.
303-728-3420. Text the word food for all the details and the Google Maps.
So coming up in stupid news, elderly couple got into a big old fight over some dirty underwear that somebody I won't name names kept leaving on the floor.
Yeah, old ladies, they're so gross.
No, it was him.
I don't care what they say about me.
And now,
I go dumb, I go stupid, I get crazy.
come on and clap.
It's Kathy J's Stupid News.
Oh yeah, I see you over there. You want to race? You want to see what's under my hood?
Yes, Frank, I'd love to see what's under your hood.
Guy gets
Get your motor running.
Dead in the highway.
There's some double D's under your hood.
Guy gets arrested after trying to race an undercover cop car.
Oh man, of all the people where you're trying to be like, let's do this.
That's right.
Because then you take off and then there goes the lights. Oh, that sucks.
The guy, 40 years old, driving one of them new Dodge Chargers. They are nice. They do go fast.
Right.
So yeah, he's out there, and there's another Dodge Charger at the light he's pulling up
Oh,
to.
this is meant to be.
It's meant to be.
Oh, bring it, bitch.
It's Saturday night. I'm here. You're here. Yep. So Eugene starts gassing it up. Yeah, exactly. And then he starts telling the car next to him, "Let's ride. Let's do this."
Yeah, you give him this look. You go like this.
Right.
You get the
Little
sup?
head
Let's
nod.
do this.
Yeah, totally. So there he is. He takes off when the light goes. And then Officer Jim Fish in the unmarked Dodge Charger next to him starts traveling behind him. Lets him think that they're really rolling because there were no other cars around. He starts traveling north, and then all of a sudden, he flipped the lights on.
great.
He wanted to let the guy think he had it. They got up to 70 miles an hour.
See,
and then the dude started drifting in and out of traffic, and that's when he was like, you're done.
I know, but I think he could win the court case because he's like, it was like a bait. You know what I mean? Like,
right, it could have been.
It was like he
Yeah,
baited
might
me
have
into
to see.
racing him. He should have right away pulled me over once I exceeded 55.
Technically, it was about a 100-yard chase. That was
Oh, wow.
about it. So it wasn't that much.
Right.
Once in custody, that's when they all found out, he's got a felony warrant out.
Oh, great.
Yeah, wow, it just kept getting better and better for him, didn't it?
He's all fake news.
Right.
Fake news.
A 67-year-old lady dressed as a turkey got busted for shoplifting.
Well, yeah, because you could fit a lot in a turkey suit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? The whole
right.
turkey.
Oh, my God, think
the
about
yams.
it. You could, right.
Right, sweet potatoes.
You could get that in there. You can even get probably a pie in there.
Right, I got a pinata, eggplant emoji pinata.
That's not a pinata.
It is.
There's a
That's
lady,
not a pinata. This is a pinata.
Irene. She's 67. Excuse me. Irene is 67. And she lives in the Villages of Florida.
The Villages, Florida's friendliest hometown.
Yep.
No, with golfing.
You watch too much Fox News.
On Friday, she went into a department store wearing the full turkey costume. Wow, they're not going to notice you.
Right. She's like, and the kids are like, hey, I want to meet the turkey.
Gobble,
You know,
gobble.
hey,
Gobble, gobble,
it's a
gobble.
promotion.
So then, wow, Wiggins can do the turkey.
You've never heard his turkey?
No, do it again.
I make him do that all the time. Yeah.
Okay, no, you just ruined it. Do it again. Wow, that's pretty.
It's a dying
I think
turkey.
it's sexy.
Dying now. Your turkey's dead.
Now you're skagging on the turkey neck.
She shoplifted $1,500 worth of stuff. Believe it or not, the employees did notice a giant turkey walking around
Right.
stealing from him.
They're all, we've been watching her for an hour.
The sad thing is, nobody caught a photo of her in the turkey costume.
Oh, yeah, for us to see.
Yes, I would have
That
wanted to
sucks.
see, like, how-
right.
yeah.
It probably, she went in and it was real flat, and then she left and it was so full.
maybe.
Because she got everything. Right. If it wouldn't have been that, jar of something that fell between her legs.
That right. That's what gave
Gobble.
her gobble. Gobble. And finally, an elderly couple gets into a big old fight over some dirty underwear
That she left on
that
the floor.
he left on the floor.
Right, because she kicks hers and hers stick on the wall.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
That's
Old ladies are
disgusting.
dry.
That's disgusting.
Old ladies are very dry.
I don't want to hear that
Her
either.
panties are powdery.
Oh my God. Did I ever tell you?
Like a powdered donut.
Gross.
So, Helen.
Helen.
Helen?
My name's Helen. Would you like to see my bat cave?
No.
Let's just call her Carol. Can we call her
No,
Carol?
we're calling her Helen.
Oh, okay.
Helen is 86.
Okay, she got 86.
She lives in Ohio.
Okay.
And Helen has herself a much younger guy, 69-year-old dude named Joseph.
Do you like his age?
Yeah.
I picked that specifically.
17-year difference. Last week, Joseph left his underwear in the bathtub.
And now the water turned brown. It looked like gray.
Helen had had enough.
The gray stuff.
She said she was sick of it. She accused him of doing it on purpose to upset her. And while she was airing out her issues, she also told him she was pretty sure he's been cheating on her with a lady that works down at the Circle K.
Some younger chick.
So she punched him in the face.
How dare you? I'm pregnant.
What?
Oh, I don't know.
He responded by pushing her, not punching her.
Okay.
Yes, and then she called the cops. They showed up.
They
Both
saw
of
the
them.
underwear. They had a robotic,
The bombs.
the bomb sniffing robot come in and destroy it. Right.
Warning.
And now
warning.
she's dating that robot.
I love him.
Blazing It Radio, it's Larry Ulibarri and Wiggins. We don't say what's her face's name anymore because she's not part of the show.
Shut up. I'm
She's
getting
leaving
good
us.
for us, yeah.
She's leaving us to go to Disneyland without us.
I gotta go to Disneyland to film for the Everyday Show. It's their
Christmas special.
Their Christmas special. Yes.
You're so lucky.
It's called the. Let me make sure. So I better learn this, right?
Right, because you're going to have to say it 10 times.
Yes. The holidays begin here at Disneyland. It's the place where traditions are shared, new experiences are made, and it's going on from November 10th through January 7th. The holiday celebration.
The thing is, I just am so jealous that you get to go to anything Disney, which
Totally.
is just super cool.
We've been wanting to do that for our whole career.
Yeah. And like I've been to some Disney events and they really take care of you. You know what I mean? They're like, here's your T-shirt, here's your pass. You can go on the rides as much as you want.
I don't know if they're going to do that.
Oh, because you're going to be so busy.
Yeah, like they have it like you have to go to this spot and film this, then we want you to go over here and film this, and then you're going here. But it's still kind of cool because you do get, like last time we were there, I got to see Walt's apartment above Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, right.
What? Yeah, so I mean that's pretty cool. So things like that are really cool.
No flash photography? Do they let you take pictures?
Well, that's not,
I did video.
Technically, that's not where his apartment is.
Oh no,
that's the suite where they intended to make his apartment, but they made it into a suite. But his apartment is really above the firehouse when you first walk in.
When you first walk in,
right? He had a little apartment up there,
over there to the left of the firehouse. But this, they did it to scale of his design.
Right,
so
and because he ultimately he was going to have live above the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes. Okay. So I'm heading out to Disneyland. So, but before I go, I'm going to leave you with this horrible story.
Oh, how nice of you! When you wish upon a star.
When Bambi's father hit a car.
Oh no! Oh dear!
Oh dear! Okay. Well, I was trying to tie in the Disneyland thing. But anyways, the story is. Did you see the photos of the deer, the stag, with the big old
horns?
Yes, that crashed right through the windshield of the car. Okay.
Oh, that doesn't sound like it ended well.
It didn't. It died.
Oh, and it looks like he's driving.
But it's perfectly intact.
That's like Tommy Boy.
Okay.
Remember when the deer got in the car?
There were two people. There was a passenger and a driver in this car, and if you see the pictures, we'll post it online. They lived. Okay.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So this place, it's in Austria, and it's on the way to like where people go skiing. It's a mountain area. Okay, but on this route, this is kind of crazy. It's somebody's. Wait, where was the statistic on this particular road? Every 7 hours, an accident involving wildlife happens on this road.
Whoa.
Every 7 hours.
So then let's not go on that road?
Right, exactly.
Or drive really slow.
So the dad and his son are driving up to the mountain to go skiing, 7:15 in the morning, and all of a sudden the stag was right there on the road. They couldn't have avoided it. And it crashed right through, clean, right through the windshield onto them.
Right, like rolled on the hood and went right into the windshield, which is crazy because it's amazing they didn't get pierced by his antlers or the weight of him coming in at that velocity.
The good news, I mean, his head was going opposite of them when he flew into the windshield. So his body went in the windshield.
Right, his head's more like in the heater vents.
Yeah, so which, thank God,
right.
Like those things totally could have pierced you, not let alone the weight and the impact and the glass.
I was in a truck that I was coming down from Lookout Mountain with a friend and his girlfriend, and they were in the front, and I was like, I'm just going to nod off in the back. So I literally laid down in the back seat, and like minutes later, we hit a deer.
Oh, damn.
And like, it was just insane because, you're being pitch black, you're driving, and then next thing you know, like bam!
Yeah.
And then it was just sad because like the deer wasn't doing well, and I was like, oh, this is the saddest thing I've ever been a part of,
Right, and it's not like any of you had anything to help take the deer out of its misery.
Sucked. And then the car was totaled, so we had to wait there for the whole time.
For someone to come. My cousin was on a motorcycle and went through a deer.
Whoa.
He
cut it in half?
Yeah. So the deer came out.
That would be terrifying. Like after you come to the other end, you're
and
all
you know
covered.
What he did?
Right.
He gunned it when he saw the deer instead of hitting the brakes because he knew he was going. He would have. He was on his.
Slid it in a circle.
And he had a big Road King, so it was a big motorcycle. But so his only option was he was like, I'm going through it. Like in a split instinct, the fact that you can make that judgment is crazy.
Right. So after he split it in half, you see him, and he has deer horns on his head.
He's like,
get your motor running.
Yeah, he split it, and then he wiped out. He definitely. It's not like he. The
he kept going.
Yeah,
he drove all the way home with that antlers. Yeah, I'm yours, deer.
Hanging out in the Green Solution studio right now, Blazing Hit Radio. Joining us right now is Cameron Esposito. She is going to be at Comedy Works downtown tonight and tomorrow, so you can get those tickets at comedyworks.com. But thank you for hanging out with us this morning. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing...
Oops, hold on.
There we go. Let me get you there.
I'm not doing good.
I'm not on, but I mean, like, I'm doing well, but the mic wasn't on.
Now you're doing better.
Yeah, now I'm doing better.
Now we're back on it.
How's the road?
Oh, the road is, you know what? This is it. This is my last tour date for 2017. And this has been I went on my first ever bus tour.
Oh, okay.
So I just got done with that, and then did 3 more cities.
So on a
And now
bus
I'm
tour,
here.
bus tour means you stay on the bus?
Yeah, like you are on a tour. Okay, think of a rock star.
Okay.
Which
It's
is
like
kinda
it's
cool.
like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're
Kinda
on
cool.
a big, cool rock star tour bus.
Okay.
And so you feel very important, but also at the same time you do live on a bus.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's
I feel
like
like when
camping.
you imagine it is exactly
Right.
You
You're
really
like-
need to get in that camping mindset.
Right. And then, so are there other comedians on the bus or just you?
So it was me and I perform often with my wife.
Oh, that's
Okay.
awesome.
Rhea
Okay.
Butcher, who's also a comic, and so the 2 of us, and then a tour manager, and that poor person who had to be like in a bus with a married couple. I literally
Right.
don't know why they said yes to that job.
You're like, put the toothpaste cap back on. Jesus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you could just stand between us,
Right.
Yeah.
Because and then we had like a bus driver, and then we were hitting the road.
Then are you cooking for yourself? Is there anything to cook on there? Or are you just going to a gas station, loading up? How do you?
I mean, there's a beautiful microwave
Okay.
setup. I like that you think I eat at gas stations because that means you understand comics.
Triangle
just on the road.
sandwiches. Yeah.
No, I mean, so it is the weirdest thing in the world. I will tell you, you drive overnight. That's how you do it, right? You
Okay.
do your show. You like have a meet and greet. You go out or whatever in the city. And then you go to bed on the bus. You go to bed at like, 1 a.m. or something like that. The bus doesn't start driving until 4 or 5 in the morning.
Oh my God.
So you drive from like 4 or 5 in the morning. And you wake up at 11 a.m. The bus driver has parked the bus in a city that you weren't in the night before.
Okay.
And he's
You-
gone.
They're
Yeah.
gone.
He left. He
And
went to have breakfast.
it was all gals on this one. So
Okay.
it was the bus driver is gone. Your tour manager is off at the venue, and then the 2 of us are just waking up in a city. We woke
in a
up
city, there were 2 women.
Exactly.
In a world
In a
they
bus.
never knew.
We woke up in Philadelphia. The venue was really close to Chinatown.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've been to the Chinatown that's
No.
in Philadelphia, but it is, it's like one of those Chinatowns where like I haven't been to China, but this
This
is what
is pretty much it.
This is what I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
What you
China looks
envision,
like.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So essentially, we went to bed in North Carolina. Woke up the next morning
In China.
like, in China. Yeah, like where I
You're
was like,
am I stoned? Are
this
we in
was like
China?
a very long trip.
You're on next India. Yeah, if I was your bus driver, I'd make sure I hit up all the ethnic areas of every city I went to.
You never know where you're
We're
at.
in Little Italy now. We're in Mexico.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So then you get up, you try to figure out like how to get all your needs met. So you're
Yeah.
like figuring out where I mean,
you're
you
at.
look like hell.
yeah.
Girl, I
And-
guess we're having pho for breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to figure out like where you're gonna eat.
Yeah.
It's really exciting and fun, and
Yeah, it is.
also like really brutal when you're in your 30s because you're like, I'm like very much too old for this shit.
5 years ago, you would have loved it.
I would have
to
been like,
death.
this
Yeah.
is the coolest.
Yeah.
I am rad. Now I'm like, I would just really like a hotel, please, where
Right.
there's like tiny soaps.
For
Totally.
sure. Well, and then do you ever do that? Do you ever treat yourself to a hotel because you just can't take it anymore?
I mean, sometimes the tour is set up for you to have a hotel occasionally, but
Oh, that's cool.
there's not always even like time, if that makes sense. It's
Right.
like
What
you
it
get
would be
in,
worth the money?
You're like trying to find food, and then you're going to do a sound check, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, you know how rock stars are cool, and you imagine that they have this life. It's like not that. It is
you
like
look,
bare
you
bones.
look like a rock
You
star.
look like you're pulling it
yeah,
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. No, but you do get to travel and see things that you get. Did you get to snap a quick pics? Wherever you're visiting, like, hey, there's the Mount Rushmore. There's
Yeah, I mean, my life is cool. I've been doing this job for about 15 years. I feel like I've been so many places.
Yeah, you've
I've
done
been
it, yeah.
So many places. Travel is exhausting, but boy, have I like seen this country. I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of places in this country.
What did you travel in before the bus? Were you just
flights or just
flights? How'd you get around?
I mean, I'll start with like the normative answer, and then I do have the coolest answer.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
cool.
So like, you fly around, you take cars and stuff like that. But then also, because I'm a very interesting person, in my 20s I was a circus ringmaster.
Oh, that's cool.
And during that time I traveled in like a van with it would be me
With other carny
and
folk? Like,
me and 7 female acrobats.
oh, wow.
Okay, that sounds
it was
hot.
the worst time of my life.
Okay, so wait a minute. So you literally were the ringmaster.
Yes.
That's amazing. So were there animals? The whole circus, the whole thing?
No animals. Think more like Cirque du Soleil.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
And so it was like a lot of people who were, trapeze artists, or they were tightrope walkers, or they like juggled chainsaws, like whatever. And then my job was just I speak into a microphone. Like,
That's cool though.
Look at him! Look at him!
Sorry, hosting is just as much a talent as all that other stuff.
that's what they would say to me to make me feel good while they had unbelievable bodies.
How do you get into something like that? Was that just like, oh, I want to do a ringmaster job? There's a job opening
Yeah, it's
there.
just personality.
Yeah.
You know, I lived in Chicago at the time, and I wonder if there's some crossover with like a Denver sort of a vibe. I don't know, but Chicago has a thriving art scene,
Okay.
but not like an industry. So it's kind of like everybody that does art jobs sort of knows each other and works together. So I met like one person who was in the circus, and then I met all of their friends, and then they asked me to join them and tour with them. And then once you like know circus people and you travel around, you realize that they exist in every city, and that there's like this underground circus culture going on.
It's a secret handshake.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I mean, I was like shocked. I
Wow.
was shocked.
Yeah, because it
But
opens your mind to, oh wow, I never really thought about that.
Yeah, there's
Right.
like this cool subculture with
Carnies.
amazing face paint and
Chainsaw jugglers.
beautiful bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
that's
for
great.
sure. Buskers and stuff like that. Yeah.
But like that, but I mean, imagine like beyond buskers. I mean, I'm
like
talking
literally
about
like Cirque du Soleil.
yes, yeah, exactly. These were people who worked at Cirque du Soleil. They're like you can't work there forever because sometimes you go between contracts. So when you're somebody who does the flying trapeze, but you're
freelancing.
But you're freelancing at the time. Then like you have to do something in. So a lot of times they do like corporate gigs, which is also funny to think about.
Yeah, they're all like in shape, like just typing away on a computer.
Yeah. So I would, or not even that.
no, okay.
I mean, they're performing at
They'll
like
perform
a
at a corporate event.
party.
Okay. Oh,
and
wow.
so then I would do that too. They taught me some, like I can stilt walk because of that.
That's cool.
Or I can do some acrobatics, but not I'm the base, which is like the person who stands still and then the other person climbs.
You're the pillar.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right about the in shape thing because I remember going to the Cirque du Soleil in Orlando, and Disney has one, and it's called Lanuba. And the whole building is built for it, so it's really one of the most amazing I've seen because the floors move and it becomes all this crazy stuff, just like all the good cirques. And they have this thing where in the beginning they play this dramatic music, dung, 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 and then they all come out in this march, and they're all like just no shirts, like the guys are no shirts and the girls are skimpy, and you're just like, okay, how did they assemble this many hot people in one room? Much less now we get to watch them for an hour bounce around. It's like pretty amazing.
I mean, they're buff as hell because you constantly are lifting your own body weight.
Right.
Which is like
the best workout.
Yeah, it's weight training. And I got like so deep in this that there was a moment there where I was like, I mean, maybe this is what I do now. You know what I mean? And so then I started being like, will you guys like train me? I literally went to like one session where they were like, okay, so now
do you want to do
I
it?
like couldn't get past like somersault. Where they were like, okay, so you're gonna flip your head and then your legs will go. I'm like, no, none of this is happening.
No, she's just gonna be
Like,
the base
this
her
is-
whole career.
Like I really thought
all-
that you guys all made this look easy, and you have lied to me, and I should not.
Daryl, but you're really funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you try the thing where what looks kind of, I know it would not be easy, but it looks fun, is the people that grab the fabric and then they kind of fly around?
Silks, yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
I mean, I didn't. So like, one thing that's true about that is really hard on your hands.
Oh, I'd imagine, because you're just...
grip
If
strength.
you're ever like really close to somebody who does that, they have like really like outdoor worker hand. Like they have like a lot of
The
calluses.
worst
and
person
stuff
to
like
get
that.
a handy from, can I just say?
I mean, I wouldn't know.
Or the best. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes. He likes it rough? If you're a blue-collar worker with terrible hands, call Wiggins now.
Yeah, I got the soft hands. My hands
Oh my
are
God,
like
feel his hands.
You don't
You'll
have-
never
you-
feel a softer hand.
Wow, you have really soft hands. People always tell me I have soft hands.
See,
Oh my God.
I think we're equally soft. That's
Wow.
that's what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel left out. Okay, there we go.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wiggins? No,
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
All right, there we go.
You know, it's like the pot show when everybody's just touching each other.
Exactly.
Feel my hands, bro. Feel them.
You're all, I could go on and on forever about
man.
anything, really.
Cameron Esposito hanging out with us in the Green Solution studio. Thank you. I got to ask you because Larry and Kathie's not here, but they left traditional radio, had Denver's #1 morning show, and then left to create this, and we created an internet-based streaming station. You're kind of on that venture now with NBC, right? Do you have Take My Wife's subscription-based platform? Is that a new venture for you? How does that work?
Oh man, so I have like the saddest news, which is that NBC did have a digital comedy streaming service, and it has been closed down.
Oh no.
So Take My Wife, which was the television show that I created for that, we're in like a new, I mean, you would understand this as much as anybody. We're in this new landscape where we made 2 seasons of a television show, and then the streaming service shut down. So now we have this show, the second season of which has never aired.
Oh my God.
And it's like looking for a new home because...
So like Hulu, Netflix kind of thing? Or
Yeah, but yes, Hulu, Netflix kind of a thing, but it's not even me that gets to make this decision. You know, it's like NBC Universal.
The executives, because Universal owns the rights to the show, and they get to decide
they can take their time, too.
They can never sell it at all. Yeah.
Yes. So it's a really interesting moment right now where the positive side of it is that different types of people who haven't traditionally been in like the Hollywood power structure are getting their chance to make their thing.
Yeah.
So that's really rad, you know.
Yeah, that is cool.
And that's what the internet has done. It's like created this democracy that couldn't have existed a different way.
For sure. It like made all the giants who just were in their ivory towers not realize, okay, there's a change coming, and Netflix took over, and then all these other Amazon and all these other platforms, and it just seems like we're inundated with shows, but I love it because there's so many choices, and then you get this whole natural vibe of people going, oh, try this show, and you know, it's just very like how people discovered your show.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's exactly it. The way we don't have to, as a performer and as an artist, you don't have to be put forward by like a corporate entity. You can have a Twitter feed that's successful, do podcasts, build that up, and like kind of create your own fan base. So that's rad. And then the thing that, you know, the other thing that sucks about that is that you never know what's going to be successful and what's not going to be successful.
Yeah. Right.
Because it's the Wild West right now.
Yeah.
Like everything's being rebuilt.
You're redefining things that have never, or I mean, just defining things that have never been defined. Yeah.
I mean, that's true for this show, right? Like the fact that it's an internet radio show and that like wouldn't have even, I mean, this wouldn't have existed 10 years ago.
Yeah,
for sure.
so
Like
true.
the infrastructure wasn't there.
Oh, the what we were facing to re-sign in corporate radio was abysmal. Where that's headed, and you know, what they don't realize is that this is going to overtake that because people don't want to hear 10 commercials in a row, and they don't want to hear the same 10 songs in a row. They want to hear their morning show BS and just talk and have fun and just, you know, have comedians in and be able to continue to talk instead of we got 2 minutes here and then we got you 30 seconds here and you know, it's like, no, we want it like free flow.
Yeah, I mean, the system is recreating itself. It's also funny because if you watch television in this way where you're like, oh, I have Netflix, I have Hulu, they all have tiny icons, and I mean, it's like we're actually like recreating cable, I think, without realizing it. We're like, oh, there's different channels. What is this about? You know, like, so it's fascinating, but the way that we're recreating it is what you're talking about. The ads and sponsorships being put in a different way.
In a really subtle way. It's like I always believed that. Like even I was telling radio execs a long time ago, I was like, you know, if you have a client and we need to, you know, casually work it in a natural way, that's easier than somebody bailing the first time they hear and order now, you know, because then they dip out and whatever. And now watching TV shows in real time with commercials is so painful that I just don't even do it. I mean, I just DVR it if I have to and then go right past.
I know. My wife is a huge baseball fan, and so we watched, and the Dodgers, you know, I live in LA. Yeah. The Dodgers were amazing this year. And so we watched like every game. And when you watch the Dodgers live, like we also sometimes watch through the MLB app, but the Dodgers, you can't watch in LA on the MLB app. There's like a blackout.
Yes,
you have to have a certain
so
channel.
Messed up. Yes.
And so we have like literally every baseball game. And then we also have just this one channel where you just watch the Dodgers. And that is how I have watched. I don't think I've watched a commercial in like 10 years, except for watching baseball this year. And commercials are so
they're not entertaining. They're brutal. They're long.
I forgot how weird they are.
Remember, you know, it used to be that you'd get excited when Super Bowl came because the commercials were the fun part about it. Now that's not even a thing. It's like people don't have time for commercials. Nobody cares, however funny it is. You know what I mean?
And the stakes have been like upped so much in terms of what is like goofy and funny. People are trying to go for like, what's a commercial people will talk about? So now it's just like a parade of nonsense where it's like talking monkey,
right?
Baby with a hat
baby chunky
on,
monkey.
exactly.
Baby chunky monkey,
Exactly.
and that's our ADD culture. They're like, all right, I'll drink that.
Yeah.
So
Mountain Dew.
Oh, baby funky monkey. Yeah, that's right.
Puppy
so
baby monkey.
funny.
Puppy baby monkey. And look, I remembered it.
But I am proud of the I'm happy for the actors that are in those commercials.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
that are
for sure.
getting all that
They're
money.
getting their break. Yeah.
From stuff being
Puppy
like
Monkey Baby.
replayed 1,000 times in an hour.
Was Take My Wife your first show? Because you said you that was your show. So is it kind of like losing your baby? Do you feel like, okay, it's going to get picked up by another series? It was a great, or another platform. It was such a great show.
You know, the show was an unexpected success because it was on a new streaming service. My wife and I, because we created the show together, and we also got to make we got to call all the shots, which is another thing that's really rad.
Yeah. Is she starring in it with you?
So we co-starred in it,
Okay.
and we show ran it, which is the word for like oversaw everything. We were the bosses.
Everything, yeah.
And
That's cool.
And to be the bosses of your show the first time you do a show is really
Rare.
unusual.
Yeah.
So that was amazing. And so yeah, it sucks. It sucks that it doesn't have like a clear and defined future, but also
All right, we'll take it.
yeah.
We at Blaze
Radio,
Radio
new
and the
show.
Green Solution will take the show, damn it. Why not?
But the other thing that's awesome is like we got to have this experience and we know how to do that now. It really is like we kind of played the system where because we were on this new site, we got to have all this power.
Mm-hmm.
We now know how to do this job.
And now
so-
look, you can now go confidently to the next thing, and people will be like, pay attention.
which is what we're already working on.
Oh, cool.
And having like other shows in development, other
Cool.
places.
I'd like to be in a show
Yeah.
with Kathie. Call us the Fag and the Hag.
Okay,
and
great.
we're okay with that. I can say that since I'm gay, and she is my hag. What's funny is Kathie's on a television show, The Everyday Show, which is a talk show here, and she is on with another gay guy, Chris Parenti.
What?
So exactly.
Yeah.
So
Gay guys.
exactly.
They control the hell out of her.
there's
No,
two
we
to three gay
don't.
guys?
She runs us. Anyway,
Just two.
it's like so it's like you think, just when you think your hag's faithful, there she goes to another gay guy's arms.
I'm sorry you have to deal with that.
It's all good. We get along real well. Chris is awesome. So
Yeah, it took a while. No, I'm just
no,
kidding.
it didn't at all. No, because he was actually a guest on our show a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then when she got the opportunity to be on that show, we were just like so proud of her. And
And you're married too. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
mean to like change
No,
the
yeah,
subject, but
my-
I think you said that upstairs, right?
my husband, it was Kathie's high school sweetheart,
Oh,
which is so awkward.
It's Will and
that's
Grace.
Great.
Yeah, it's so weird. And so I thank her every day. I'm like, thank you for turning him gay. Because if you didn't,
That was really cool of
Yeah.
her. to do that for you.
thank you for really rubbing your stuff on him.
Wait, so how did you guys meet then? Did
well,
you meet
I
through
met
Kathie?
him when I worked at a different radio station. He was working at the country station KYGO, and so I met him, and so we started dating. And she was out living in Durango, and he was coming out as a gay guy, and she was coming out as I like black dudes, and so it was kind of not too difficult for them. But I met her on the speakerphone, and he was just she was doing radio up there, and she goes, "Hey, get me a job in Denver," and I said, I was like, "Yeah, sure." We laughed, and I go, "You have a great laugh." And that was years ago, and so
And that was when her voice sounded like this, even.
there was a time in our career where, like I guess if somebody's voice changes over time and you're with them every day,
You don't notice.
You don't notice it. And I remember, I feel like Donald Trump when he just ran out of water.
Yeah.
The other day, he's all, "Hold on."
Yeah, he puts
"There's
his
no
mouth
water."
around the-
He's all, "That's okay.
Yeah.
There's no water." And then he's like, "Yeah, I don't know if you saw it."
I did not
Okay,
see that.
it's- it's super
I've been
viral.
trying to avoid looking at his face.
Yeah, totally.
It's
as much
hilarious.
as I can.
Oh no,
But
it's hilarious.
That sounds,
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just and the ironic part of that part about him running out of water is he gave Rubio a bunch of crap for being on live TV running out of water. He was going on and joking about it, and so it happened to him. So it was really funny. All right, so where was I on the other story?
You were talking about running out of water, but before that, you were talking about Chris and Kathie and
Oh, yeah.
her laugh. and
Actually,
her
I
voice.
can do you one
Yeah.
better. Yes,
Yeah,
this
her
is the voice. We were
Right,
talking
right.
about the voice.
Yeah. So Kathie, she we eventually met, and so she tried out for the show a couple times that I was on as the female, because we were looking for a female a couple times, and it was really funny is because back then you kind of needed your girl to, you're so sweet, you needed this is exactly how Trump drinks the water.
Yeah,
in the
watch this.
video.
This is
He
so
goes-
funny.
He goes,
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's so
I
weird.
believe
I'm going to
that.
show you the video right after this.
No, I believe that fully.
It's so funny.
That guy doesn't even know how his own body works.
No, my God, he's so
idea.
awkward on every level.
Yeah.
So anyway, where was I?
Anyway, Kathy's voice over time changed. When you first met her.
That's
yeah.
what we were talking about.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm so stupid.
Yeah.
See
And
what
stoned.
happens when you're sponsored
Yeah.
by the Green Solution?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kathy's voice, we worked with her, and so we never noticed a change, but people would stop me all the time and go, hey, did you guys get a new, different girl named Kathy? And I'd be like, no. And so me and Kendall would look at each other, the guy that we worked with at the time, and I was like, why are people asking us this? So then we went and we were playing some old clip of an old show, and we played it back, and I sounded like me, and the guy we worked with, Kendall, sounded like him, and Kathy sounded like this. And it was so subtle over time that we were working with a girl because her tonsils were so big and needed to be removed, and her acid reflux was also not helping her throat. So her throat was literally closing in
on her.
And she was like, hey, guys. And then we were like, oh, my God. We were like, I can't believe, like, I was like, if somebody told me, would you work with this woman? I would be like, never. I'd be like, I was like, you so lucked out that you had just that amount of time.
And now,
Did she have surgery?
Yeah, so she
Yep.
finally got it out, and she became a girl
And
again.
they've been together for 12 years now.
But that's a real thing, though. I used to have a real problem where I would lose my voice all the time. So I went to see a doctor, and yeah,
That's
there's
scary.
like I mean, the word is even so stupid and gross, but they're called nodes, right? They like are on your vocal
Okay.
cords.
Right.
We all grow them
Okay.
throughout our entire lives. This is gonna be perfect stoner conversation.
Right, because you
So,
hear
like,
of artists like having to take a break
because
of their
this.
nodes.
So it's literally like every time you say a word, your vocal cords slam together and you create this callus, and your voice changes over time because of all the words you've ever said in your
my
life.
gosh.
Like
Right.
your voice
Gets
is a
harder.
composite of every word you've ever said. And so you can have surgery to have them removed, but your voice is going to sound different. And because I use my voice for my job, like
Right.
Kathy does,
Yeah.
I actually really like my voice. I have,
You have a
kind of
great
a deep
voice. Yeah.
voice.
It's kinda sexy.
And I really love it. And
No.
so I chose not to have surgery and instead did a thing where you do like voice rest. So you go on steroids because steroids shrink the thing, and you
They shrink everything.
yes,
Yeah.
they shrink everything. They do.
I'm not willing to risk that.
Yes. You go-
So wait, what, like a pill that you would take? Or?
yeah, like I mean, you go on a steroid pill like that you would take. Like people that have cancer sometimes take
Okay.
steroids to shrink things. So you go on steroids and then you do voice rest where you don't talk for like 2 weeks.
Okay, there's
you
no
take
way
the
I
steroids
could
and
do
you
that.
don't talk. So
I'll
I
have
was
to have
like
the
carrying
surgery.
around a little
Right.
notepad, you know,
Right.
doing that whole thing.
Oh, yeah, like, yes.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
Answering questions, yeah.
Wow. So did it work?
Yeah, I mean, I don't lose my voice as much anymore, but I do still have like sometimes it gets painful or it goes in and out. But I just don't want to have that
Yeah.
super high.
Yeah, I
voice.
started
I want to
out-
stay here.
Yeah,
Right.
right there.
When
Yeah.
sometimes when I hear older shows, like I'm a little more up here, like, hey, I'm Larry. And now when I hear the show, I'm like, in a time,
Yeah.
he was a man who drank alcohol and smoked bong rips.
See, I was okay with it. I didn't hit puberty till 21. So when I would call, even it'd be like I remember calling up the pager company one time and being like, "Yo, I was like,
Pager?
I have, yeah." This shows you how old I was. I was like, "Yo, I'm having a real problem with my pager right now." I was like, "It's not working. I don't know what's going on." And the lady on the other end goes, "Ma'am, you need to calm down." I was like, "I am not a ma'am." I was like, "I'm 20 years old." I was like, "Yeah."
So Wiggins did, phone sex operator
Yep,
as a
for
female.
quite some time.
Yeah.
That was my first gig. Yeah.
How did you?
real sexy like this.
How did you feel when your voice finally changed?
Well, I didn't know that. So what was crazy was once it changed and I got into here, I always had that perception after that of, well, my voice must always be high. So then I started interning
And
with
then
them.
then he started interning with us, and he's like, "Oh, I guess I'm supposed to always be high."
No. Well, only working with Larry. So then I started interning and doing air checks, and then I was like, oh, I guess my voice finally changed and got deeper. And then people would call in and say, oh, we like his voice. I was like, oh, really? I was like, I don't sound like a girl anymore.
I actually like your
pretty much
voice
happy.
because we all voiced the station here, Kathy, myself, and Wiggins, and I think your voice cuts through the most.
But people say I have a Bill Clinton laugh, which isn't good. So
Why is that not good?
What is a Bill Clinton? Is it
when
like, ha?
You like that?
I just go.
Yeah, it kind of goes like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, so I just hold my thumb up, you
that.
know.
That's right. That's right. They're talking about Clinton saying
I
that.
mean, I suppose like as a comic, that is the laugh you want to hear the
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
Like just like that, like a
Or a Trump
polite,
laugh, maybe.
polite chuckle. That's the
there you go.
worst. Get away! Do not come to a show with that laugh.
yeah, they all
Or, I
stay
mean,
in
you
the
can,
back.
but you got to
Don't
stay in
sit
the
up
back.
front,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I can't hear it. That's hilarious.
Is he making fun of me? I
No.
can't tell. Yeah.
No, everyone needs to see you tonight and tomorrow. Comedy Works downtown. Get the tickets at comedyworks.com. We appreciate you coming and hanging out. And
You're so sweet.
Yeah,
you
we-
are awesome.
We really love that we could talk with you. Like, it's so nice to have, like, to know that story. I think if we had the 2-minute breaks where we could talk, we never would have known kind of your background or how intricate that
Yeah,
was.
that's
or,
awesome.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
this is
awesome.
super fun. I know. This is how. I mean, this
Yeah.
is how morning radio should
It should be
be.
exactly. But yeah, definitely come back when you swing through. And if you need any, 420 refreshments while you're here, just wink.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
you're on the road now, so you might. Well,
yeah,
no,
we
you,
can
I'm
stock
safe
them
and
up.
set up. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Cool.
wait, so you're on the. How much longer are you on the bus for?
Actually, so like I'm done after that. Like literally after tomorrow, I'm done. Then I go back to LA. I'm doing one more thing for the year, shooting a movie in Miami.
Oh, nice.
And then I'm
cool.
just like, and then I get to be done for the year.
How long will you shoot that movie for?
I'm gonna shoot it for. I think it's just 3 days.
Oh, that's cool.
But then, I mean, now I started a whole other conversation topic. But
No,
my
no,
little
it's fine.
sister,
no,
my
that
little-
go
sounds
for it,
interesting.
yeah.
What's the movie?
It's a collection of short films, which I know sounds really dumb, or not dumb, but unusual. But it's the dude who did the Lego movie that's directing.
Okay, those are
the
awesome.
best.
So great, right?
Those are really
Oh my
good.
gosh,
Yeah. So my wife and I are both in that, and then we're going to Buenos Aires, straight from
Oh, that's
Miami,
cool.
because my little
What?
sister lives down there.
Okay, that's awesome.
Have either of you ever been to
No.
South America? I haven't either. This is my first trip. She's lived there for a bunch of years, and
Oh,
it's like the
cool.
first time we get to go there. So
Wow, your
I'm
sister.
stoked.
How did your sister decide to go
I
out
don't
there?
know. She's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
interesting.
You
cool.
joined the circus. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go to
exactly.
South America.
I mean, we have like typical
lives.
American family.
Yeah.
Yeah. One is in the circus, one lives in Buenos Aires.
Yeah, typical
Yeah.
American family's not that. Typical American family's like Netflix, bed,
Yeah.
wake up,
Yeah.
Netflix, bed. No, but seriously, good luck on everything, and thanks for
Thanks.
coming by. And how do people follow you?
Yeah, I'm at Cameron Esposito everywhere, and I would love to see you tonight at Comedy
Yeah,
Works.
that'd
All
be
right,
fun.
well,
Come on
That'd be
out,
a lot
Denver.
of
It's Friday.
Yeah.
We can actually
It is
stay
Friday.
up.
We can actually stay up. ComedyWorks.com. Hanging out in the Green Solution Studio. Cameron Esposito. Thank you, girl.
Thanks, dudes.